Great evening, everyone. Once again, I want to appreciate every one of us for coming and showing up. It's great having us here tonight. And our guest, she's already set for us tonight to give us details of what we are for tonight. And believe me, you is a very powerful one. In last to, I believe strongly that is going to go a long way to helping us. And having said that, you might want to ask, who is Tolu Afonja? And she's somebody I got to know about 2 years ago. And since then, I've been seeing her and I want to say a very big thank you. So, Tolu Afonja is a certified integrative life, relationship, and marriage coach, a master practitioner of neurolinguistic programming NLP, an emotional intelligence certified professional with over 15 years as human resources professional, cutting across education, banking, consulting, and coaching. She's passionate about nurturing individuals and couples to evolve to thrive as they gain clarity, overcome mindset limitation, discover their options, set and take intentional steps to optimize best version of themselves in their life, relationship and marriage, so as they enjoy happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment. Tolu Afonja is also the founder of Before Marriage, a relationship coaching program created to help engaged couples evolve to thrive together, preparing them for marital bliss. A certified Simbi Save Your Marriage Before It Starts facilitator. She also works with married couples with desire to improve in dynamics in their marriage to enjoy happiness and fulfillment. She is a member of the Life Coaches Association of Nigerian, Society of Human Resources Management, Chartered Institute of Personal Management of Nigeria, and Nigerian Institute of Training and Development. Tolu is also an accredited management trainer with the Nigerian Center for Management Development. Tonight is an awesome time to have us here together with um, our great speaker. And I will be allowing her coming in soon as she joining us into the screen. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Dele, can you hear
Hey,
me?
can you hear me, ma'am? Yes, I can. I can. Good evening
I
once
can hear
again,
you.
man. So,
Please,
oh, great. So great to have you. And
same
sincerely, I want
here.
to say a very good thank you for honoring us. And I could say more than just saying thank you. And I appreciate the fact that you're able to give your time and to give us part of your knowledge and wealth of wisdom. And we indeed appreciate that. Personally, I am excited. I am so glad that I'm doing this and you agreed to do this with us. Thank you so much. And I haven't said that. Um, Strategy for a New Beginning is like a workshop that we usually have an offline, but this time around we just decided to have it online so that we can have more people to have access to them even after we are done with the program.
Awesome.
So um, you will agree with me, Ma, that in the coaching knowledge, one of the tool is balancing the wheel of life to helping people have a balance of life that can be able to attain a level of satisfaction in their journey of life. And with that, as we've seen people achieving a part of their goals, and the other side they could not do anything, they struggle. And when we look at it critically, one of the area is the relationship, the family, and the romance life. And while we're thinking about it, have it very thoughtful of us that this is your area of specialization with what you do, and we can see the volume of the work out there. So I believe strongly that um, coming with you on this conference, helping us to dish out knowledge on how people can evolve in their relationship and maximize what they have in the area of their family, romance, or their workplace, how they can have a balanced relationship and full capacity to achieve their set goals in that area. So I believe so much that is going to really go a long way. So having you around is a great opportunity, and indeed is a great one to have you. So I will leave you in for you to take us through what we need to know. And sincerely, we appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much, Ma. And the floor is yours, Ma.
Thank you, Dele, once again for having me here. Apologies for coming in a bit late. I'm having some power issues, but well, we move. So, my conversation today, hello, my conversation today is really on goal setting in your relationships for outstanding results. Goal setting in your relationship for outstanding results. I have just a few minutes to to discuss this, but it is something that we can go on and on and on and on for hours, especially when it has to do with relationships. Now, relationships are um, it's the bedrock of life, because in every given situation, we're not created as solo beings. We're created as social beings. And so as social beings, we get to relate with each other in different capacities, either as a colleague at work, or as a father to a child, or as spouses, partners, or as just just mere friends within your social network. Okay, so it is very important that we maximize the quality. We have quality relationships, and we're able to maximize that quality of relationships that we have around us. But today's focus, I'm going to focus on intimate relationships. So, um, intimate relationships, partners, spouses, and the likes. So, am I able to share my screen? I'm going to share, and please let me know, Dele, if you can see my screen. Okay. Um, okay. I'm trying to share my screen now. Okay. So I guess that we can see my screen now. So creating your love relationship personas, and what exactly are we doing? We are talking about setting goals for outstanding results in relationships. So imagine setting out on a long journey without an idea of where you are going or how to get there. But before the trip, because you don't know how to get there, you would most likely have a map and the necessary items to make your journey a success. But you must know where you're going to. Otherwise, you just have a map with different destinations, different directions, and you don't know where you're going to. So by the time you know where you're going to, the items you will take for your journey will be unique to you. It will be unique to your style, it will be unique to your personality, it will be unique to your perception of a successful journey. So sit back and ask yourself, what do you really want? What do you really, really, really want? What is it that you want in your relationship? How is it going now? And how can it be better? So sit back, take a deep breath, and visualize what your choice, blissful, happy, satisfying relationship looks like for you. Take in all the details in tangible forms. Who is around you? What was happening? What was being said to you? And what did you say? How was the ambience? What sounds do you hear? What was the feeling that you had? Just taking that picture and take note of everything that connects with what your choice, blissful, happy, harmonious relationship looks like for you. And when you have done that, write down all the details. Write down all the details. You alone know what you want. And what you want in your relationship is unique to you. So, what do you really, 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 really want? This conversation is going to be a bit practical. So, I hope you have your pen and paper to be able to actually itemize the things that you want as we walk through this session. The only way to get what you really want is to let go of what you don't want. That's a quote by Inyala Vanzat. So the only way to get what you really want is to let go of what you don't want. Remember, if you know what you want, if you know where you're going to, but you don't know how to get there, you get a map, a blueprint, something that will give you some form of direction to get to where you're going to. And the things that you will take along that journey will be unique to you. It will be unique to your style. People go on several journeys. It may be the same destination. But while some people will take a bottle of water, another group of people will take a bottle of Coke. Why some people will cook food and rice, jollof rice, and all of that. Some will just take snacks, chin chin cake, something for the road. So what you're going to pack for that journey is unique to you based on your style, based on your personality, based on the knowledge of yourself. So quickly, let's map out a relationship wheel for you to be able to create harmony. Dele spoke about balance, but really, when we talk about balance, it comes with so much struggle. So I would rather use the word harmony. How do you create harmony for yourself in your relationships, be it family, be it your colleagues at work, professional relationships, be it intimate relationships with your partner, whatever kind of relationship it is, have a picture. What is it that you really want? Set it. Have that picture of what it is. Describe it. What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you see? What is happening around you? And then we'll come back to know where to start from to get to that picture that you have seen. Without that picture, you will just be tossing around in a rat race cycle because you really don't know where you're going to. So let's look at this relationship wheel. This relationship wheel is a tool that we can use to break down what it is and how to go about what we desire in our relationships, in creating harmony in our relationships. I always say that it starts with you. Setting a goal in relationships is really about you. Any goal that you set outside of yourself, outside of your influence, in terms of the goal not being for you, you will not achieve that goal. You will simply just sabotage it because that goal is not for you. So if you're setting a goal, relationship goal, I want to have I want to be able to talk to my husband better. Number one, what is the definition of better? Or I want my husband to be talking to me. Now that goal is outside of you because you can't determine when or how your husband will talk to you. But if you want to improve yourself so that your husband can be able to talk to you in a better manner, then that is a goal. That is within your influence of control. So let's have this relationship wheel, divide it into 8 spokes. And on each spoke, grade it from 0 to 10, such that 0 is at the center and 10 is at the circumference. Grade it such that 0 is at the center and 10 is at the circumference. Based on, like what you see on my screen. I hope you can see my screen. I hope you can see my screen. On each spoke of the wheel, on each spoke of this wheel, I'd like you to label it with 8 critical elements that are important for you in your choice relationship, in the
Hello, ma'am.
relationship of your dreams. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can only see the creating love relationship personnel. That's the only thing that is showing on the screen.
Oh, okay. Let me see what's happening. Okay. I don't know what's happening now.
The one you just shared, man, is it a PowerPoint?
It's not a yes, it's a PowerPoint.
Okay. Then you should be able to have opportunity to scroll it then. It's not scrolling.
I'm scrolling from my end. I can see the wheel at my end, but apparently it's not showing at the other end, at the viewer's end.
Okay. You can
so
you
I'm
can
going to
re-upload
end
it.
it.
Let's see how far it goes. You can re-upload it, man.
That's what I'm doing now.
All
Okay.
right, man.
All right. So I'm going to share again. Is there any way for chats or comments? I can't share screen. Sorry, I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, let's see. Can you see my screen now? Please let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the
Put it on
wheel?
the screen. Yes, you can see the wheel, relationship wheel.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so this is the wheel that I was trying to describe. Divide it into 8 spokes, into 8 parts, and on each line of division, rate it, grade it from 0 to 10, such that you have 0 at the center and 10 at the circumference, just as you see it here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So once this is done, then we can continue. On each spoke of the wheel, so there are 8 parts. On each line, I'd like you to identify 8 critical elements that must exist for you to enjoy the relationship of your dreams, the choice harmonious relationship, the picture that you have seen for yourself. What are those critical things that made that picture happen in your relationship? That picture that you saw when I said, imagine, create a picture, visualize a picture of your blissful, wonderful relationship. What was happening? What did you see? What did you hear? What did you feel? Write down how that was for you. And now we're going to break it down into 8 critical elements. And those elements are critical for you. So they are not set standards or rules anywhere. It is what is unique to you that you are taking on your journey to achieve your goal. So what are those 8 important elements for you? What are those 8 important elements for you? 8 critical elements that must be um, there, that must exist for you, that must show that if this thing is there, I know that wow, I am on a wonderful jolly ride with my partner. I'm on a wonderful jolly ride with my father, with my mother, with my colleagues. What are those 8 critical elements? Depending on the kind of relationship that you're working on. Okay? And then for each of the 8 elements, write 5 tangible activities that will show that this element exists in your relationship. For each of the 8 elements, write 5 tangible activities that will show that this element exists in your relationship. So, for example, if one of the elements is communication, how would you know that communication exists in your relationship? 5 tangible activities, actions that will let you know that relationship is existing in your that communication is existing in your relationship. So you're going to do this for each of the 8 elements that you have listed. You're going to do this for each of the 8 elements that you have listed. Sorry. Okay. So if you've written everything down, on a scale of 0 to 10, on a scale of 0 to 10, rate the existing quality as it is now in that relationship. So if it is relationship with your father or your mother and communication is important right now, with 10 being the highest and 0 being the least, mark on your wheel where you are currently. Mark on your wheel where you are currently and do that for all the elements on your wheel. Do that for all the elements on your wheel. And when you are done, join the dots. And when you are done, join the dots. When you are done, join the dots with all those elements. Now, what does it look like for you? What's the shape of your wheel? You've just created your unique wheel as it is now. What's the shape of your wheel? How does it look like? What is the shape of that wheel right now? What does it look like for you? Yes, we are doing the work. What does it look like for you? What does it look like for you? If you have, created that, you've created your own unique wheel, what does it look like for you? So imagine that you're going on a very long journey from where you are now. Remember that we spoke about going on a journey, you're now actually going on that journey. And what you have on your wheel is the shape of the 4 tires of your car. What will the experience of that journey be like for you? Write 5 elements or 5 words to describe what that experience was for you on that journey. What 5 emotions did you feel on that journey with what you have on your wheel? What 5 emotions did you feel on that journey with what you have on your wheel? So what we are doing now is actually doing a current audit of that relationship. If these 8 things are important to you, how is the level right now in the current relationship, this level, the status of things with that individual, with that person, with regards to how you would love it to be in creating harmony between yourself and whoever the other person is. And so having done that, now look at yourself. Look at yourself inwardly. Where are you now? So if communication is important for you and you have rated communication as 5/10, rate yourself right now where you are. If you say five tangible things that must be going on for communication to be at 10/10. For communication to be at 10/10, 5 tangible things that will be happening will be that I am calling my father or my mother or my partner every day. I am making out quality time to have conversations, to spend time, making out time to, there's a level of understanding, we gist, we laugh, we are open and vulnerable with one another. So with all those elements that you have put there as the tangible activities for that particular element, how much of yourself are you giving out? So when we talk about setting goals in relationships, it is what you give out that you attract. It is who you are that you attract. So most times we want and desire and all of that, but it starts with you. It starts with us. So check out yourself right now where you are. The kind of communication that you want to give out, that you want to exist. You don't want someone that nags. You don't want someone that is aggressive. You don't want. On your own, how have you formed yourself to attract an assertive person? Are you assertive in your communication? Are you the kind of person that is open and vulnerable in your communication? Are you the kind of person that is not aggressive? How do you communicate? Are you the kind of person that would just say, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, and you swallow all the words? Or you brush things under the carpet? Yet you want someone that is open and vulnerable with you, but you are not. So now set a goal in that area of communication for yourself, such that you can enjoy quality, harmonious relationship. If communication is one of the elements that you so desire and deserve in your choice harmonious relationship. So rate yourself out of all those things you have written. Remember, first, we created a wheel. There was a wheel, a round wheel. We said you should identify, mark it with the 8 critical elements on each of the spokes of the wheel. Write 5 tangible activities that will show that this particular element is in operation, is happening in my relationship. Whether it is happening or not, but in your choice relationship, this is where you're going to, this is what you want, that is your destination. So based on that destination, now rate the current level of satisfaction that you enjoy in that relationship based on the elements that you have. So if communication is one of them, Spirituality is one of them. Intimacy is another element, depending on the elements that you have put for yourself. In your current relationship, if you have one, rate the level of satisfaction you enjoy in each of these areas based on the 5 activities. So those 5 activities define what that element looks like for you. Those 5 activities I told you to write earlier, it defines what that element looks like for you. So when you talk about communication, what does communication mean for you? What will be happening when communication is at 10 over 10? But right now, where is the level of communication? And then based on your current level of communication, check yourself out. Based on your definition of communication, if the other person that you're in a relationship with was to rate you on that particular element, what score will that person give you? What score will that person give you? If it's your partner, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your colleague, what score will that person rate you? This is what I want, but this is who I am right now. Remember, it starts with you to attract what you desire. And that's the angle that we are having this conversation from. So when you're done with rating yourself, depending on what your score is, if anybody would like to share in the comments, it's okay. If not, we'll proceed. Depending on what your score is in that element, what do you need to do to move it to a 10 over 10 for yourself? So now you're creating a goal for yourself in your relationship. My communication, what are you going to do about your communication to improve it to a 10 over 10? What are you going to do about your intimacy to improve it to 10 over 10? What are you going to do about your spirituality, if that is important for you in your relationship, to make it 10 over 10? What are you going to do based on where you are now? What are you going to do to move the needle to have that element as 10 over 10? So when you're done with that, and having identified the things that you are going to do, by when will you take action to start doing them? By when will you take action to start doing them? So some people will say, for communication or for whatever it is, confidence. I need to improve on my confidence so that I can communicate better. What are you going to do about your confidence? How are you going to work on your confidence, on yourself, such that when you're having conversations with anybody, you are able to come out and stand tall, to be assertive and confident? How do you see yourself in the first place? Are you secure in yourself, or are you insecure in yourself? It is what you project that you would attract. It is what you project that you will attract. So, what are you projecting about yourself in each of these 8 elements that you have identified? And what are you going to do about it? By the time you determine what you're going to do about it, by when are you going to take action? By when are you going to take action? For people that, so let me use an example. For people, ladies or men that are looking forward to having a partner, and enjoy quality relationships and all, you're not already in a relationship, having brought out these elements you've created, you have expectations. This is the kind of thing I'm looking forward to. You're working on yourself. This is what I need to do. This is the goal I'm setting for myself, to be able to communicate better, to be able to be confident, to dress proper, dress well, brand myself, stand tall. I need to be friends. I want a high level of friendship. What does friendship look like for you? How do you relate with your friends currently? Are they the ones always looking for you? Or is there a form of balance within your network? Are you always indoors or are you outdoors, or is there a balance? Who are you? You need to understand yourself first. And from understanding yourself, what are you willing to do to help yourself attract what you want, what you desire? So if you're looking or hoping to get into a relationship with somebody, by the time you atomize all of this, these qualities, these elements, everything that you have put together, what kind of places will you find such an individual? What kind of person will such an individual want, desire? So if you were to switch roles with the expected partner, or even your current partner, and your partner is like complaining about things about you, if you were to switch roles based on what you desire in your relationship, and your partner now has to rate you on these things that you say you want, that you desire, that will give you harmony in your relationship, will you be found wanting? Or will you have activated yourself and beat your chest and say, yes, I'm good to go. I have done the work and I'm secure in myself. And then I keep doing the work because we are not perfect. Because we're not perfect. So I've how do you reposition yourself to score 100% in 2022 in each of these areas? 100% is 10 over 10. I've already shared you rating yourself on each of these components that you have outlined above. And what sort of man, what sort of woman does such a partner need? If it's your father or your mother that you're particular about the relationship you have with them, switch roles with your father. What kind of daughter or what kind of son will your father want to, what are the kind of qualities that you as a father will want to see in your child, in your daughter or your son, in terms of the quality of your relationship? If you're looking at those elements, switch roles and rate yourself based on what you are giving out. What do you need to do differently? What do you need to stop doing? What do you need to start doing? What do you need to do more of? And what do you need to do less of as you reposition yourself for 2022? Like I said, it starts with you. But before you can actually do this work, you need to sit down, visualize, connect with what you see, what you hear, what you feel. What is around you? What does your choice destination of a blissful, fulfilling, satisfying, happy, harmonious relationship look like for you? What are the components that came together to come to that picture of the quality of the relationship that you see? Now, break down those components into 8 critical elements. Rate yourself based on how you are giving out each of these components. What then do you need to do differently to attract that picture, to become and be in the field, to have that picture become a reality in your life come 2022? On this note, I'd like to thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, I'm available to attend to your questions. So it always starts with you. I always say in any relationship, know me first. Then there's a knowing of you. That's the other person. Before there's a knowing of us. But it starts with you. Know yourself, and to thyself be true. So as you work out these questions, as you ask yourself these questions, and as you do this work, be true to yourself. And where you need to do additional work on yourself, what you need to do differently, what you need to stop, start, continue doing will be known to you. By when are you going to take that action? And what are you going to do to help you stay consistent? What are you going to do to help you stay consistent to working on yourself as you attract the quality of harmonious, happy, fulfilling, satisfied relationship that you have pictured for yourself? Thank you very much, Dele, for having me on board. I remain Tolu Afonja, the nurturer.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. First of all, um, the assignment or the classwork is going to really be um more time where individual understand this and they can be able to now do it, when you are not under pressure. So it's I was like, yes, I got to understand the aspects while you were starting, but I was just trying to like, okay, now we are focusing on relationship and we are breaking the circle and we're starting with that. And that was a fantastic one. That is, I love the fact that it's going to first of all be from my side. So that's to first of all be from my side before the other person. So whatever I'm actually looking out to get from the other person in my relationship, I have to first of all uh, work it out from my own side. So, and the other side, you said I have to switch position. What kind of a father or what kind of a daughter where I want to be? Then I can be able to relate with the person and say, okay, put myself in that position. And even if it's coming to relationship, what kind of a man do I want to be? So I have to be able to put that and align it. And when we say we should actually list out, I think the emotion and activities that we are going to start focusing on. And again, yes, like the issue of how to now reposition ourselves. Now, when you mentioned start, stop, more and less, yes, that is also a fantastic one, which is going to help us to understand. Now that I've been able to understand where I have stopped, what I'm looking at, what I'm picturing in, what I am envisioning to achieve, I have to now start looking at what must I begin to do now. What must I begin to do? What am I going to start doing in order to attain that level of 100%? And in doing, there has to be something I have to stop. I have to actually look at that. What have I been doing before that that had been affecting that relationship that I need to stop? And when I say stop, it has to be stopping totally. I think I got that
Mhm.
as in like I'm putting a stop to this. I'm not doing this again. And also some things I've been doing that is putting romance and putting oil on the surface of the relationship that I have to do more. I have to
Mm.
keep doing that. And some things that I'm doing that I have to do less. And sincerely speaking, that's been a whole great time. And I think for some people are just coming in and saying they are late. Well, I think the video is still going to be up here where people are going to be looking at it and they're able to take their time to go through this exercise for individual that truly want to achieve or maximize the level of their relationship come 2022. This is a key one. This is a fantastic one for us. And I'm so glad that you're able to share and you really took your time to explain without rushing and one after the other. Thank you so much. While we're going through that, a question was popping through me then attack I'm going to put towards you. Now, when we look at it like, okay, what would be your um just suggestion or advice for a two persons coming together, having and envisioning that they're going to get married, and one way or the other, there's a place, when it has to start with relationship where is like they are just getting to know each other, they have started relationship, planning to say, okay, we are going ahead, and there are issues, little issues, like, okay, because someone was actually discussing, and that question popped into my mind. How will one, like, okay, having tried all that I can do, or that I can do, but the other person is not yet understanding more of who I am, and how do such person play up the game to the level where the other person can understand, and if that is going to be a critical issue in the relationship, how that can be resolved and they can evolve to maximizing that relationship. I hope you get what I'm saying.
I think I hear you. What I'm hearing is that, let me just rephrase the question. There's a couple, two people have come together and they intend to, get married. And then there's a point where the one person feels that the other person does not understand him or her, and
Mm,
he thinks that he has done everything possible. So I will use the word thinks, or
yeah,
he assumes that he has done everything possible
possible.
um, for the other person to understand him, but the lady still does not understand him, and it could also be in the reverse case.
Village, yes, madam.
Yes, you know, um, you see, I always, when I say know me, know you, know us, which is one of my mantra, it starts with you first knowing yourself. So most times, um, we're in a lot of denial in terms of actually doing the work about getting to know ourselves. And when you start that work in knowing yourself, it's not just you, the other person too is knowing him or herself. And knowing yourself is not just really to create a label on yourself and say, this is how I am.
Hmm.
And just say, but this is how I am. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to relationships in life, we need to be flexible, we need to be adaptable. We keep evolving in different situations. So if you leave Lagos, for everybody leaving Lagos and going to Canada, you will not go to Canada and go and sit down and be saying, this is how I am, and carry Lagos wahala on your head. You will adapt.
That's true.
That is the same thing in a relationship, because one, you're coming from your own world, and you're coming from your own unique my world, and you're bringing another person into your world. You're sharing each other's worlds. You're now a part of my world, and I'm a part of your own world.
Hmm.
That is the destination where we're going to. So as you're going into that place, some things will move. You will be flexible, you will adapt based on your
Hmm.
understanding of the other person. But based on your understanding of the other person, there are some things that will be cast in stone, be fundamental to you, that will be your green flags. So, like like what we discussed today, look at the elements. Where are the areas of conflict? Where are the areas where I feel this person does not understand me? How are you having that conversation? What needs to be done? If it is too um, if it is too rocky, then I would say get help, because there's something missing. There's a gap somewhere in terms of your assessment of yourself and your assessment of your partner.
Hmm.
Okay, so I would say get help at that point before you even go into the marriage. Before you say, okay, we'll manage ourselves till we get married. No, understand yourself here now. Understand yourself, understand your partner both ways, because it is just a stepping stone into a world, an unknown world, because marriage is unknown. When I say unknown, because of the uniqueness of the two individuals, from the dating to the engagement to the actual tying the knot, and you now move into each other's spaces. You know a bit, but what all that you have known is not all that there is to know, because
Hmm.
the constant thing is every individual we keep evolving
Hmm.
based on different exposures. So in the marriage, we started no children. You will get into marriage, children will come. One person loses job or one person gets a better job. Different things will stretch you. But the
Mm.
mindset that you used to go into the marriage, I understand you, he understands me, we've got each other's backs. The level of friendship, the quality of friendship, based on the picture we have seen for ourselves, supersedes all the struggles that we'll go through. Yes, there'll be struggles, there'll be challenges, there'll be conflicts and all. But because of the big picture you have seen for yourself, there is a better way to navigate. You're not focusing so much on problems, but you're focusing on solutions.
Mm.
Once you are aware of what is happening, the next thing is, what is the way forward? Oh, girl, we shouldn't be doing this. Oh, boy, you know, this thing is not going to take us anywhere. Ah, blah, blah. You talk the truth, home truth to yourself because of that picture that you have created for yourself where you're going to.
Mm.
If it's so critical, get help. Talk to someone. I mean, talk to a professional, not just anyone.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, for those that are still listening to us, please, if you have any question, can you just type it out? I've been waiting for your question, but once again, that's a very powerful one. Thank you so much, Ma. That is the case, and I think that's the best solution for now. Thank you so much. Um, is anybody having any question? Okay. All right. Maybe we don't. But what I would do is, if okay, somebody was asking a question here. Oh, okay, let me put it up.
Okay, I've seen it. What do you do when you discover that your partner tends to be extremely busy and avoids time with you? Okay, so it's from this question, there's a perception that the partner is avoiding time with you. So that means that the partner probably has some time, but is avoiding to spend that time with you.
Hmm.
Or, so there are two things I'm reading here. That your partner tends to be extremely busy. Is the partner is really busy, or he's just avoiding you? So he's spending time in a lot of other things, or she is spending time in a lot of other things, but is not creating time to be with you. Then we go back to the drawing board. What is the foundation? What is happening in the dynamics of that relationship that the partner is, spending less time with you? Now, for this question to come up, it means that maybe one of your love languages that you're high on is quality time, and your partner is not spending such quality time with you. So, what is going on in your partner? Has this always been like this? What's changed?
Hmm.
Otherwise, if it's someone that you're just getting to know and the person is, you already know that, this person is not meeting my love language, is not getting to me at all. But if you're already in a relationship, like a committed one, like marriage, or, you need to go back to the drawing board. What's happening? Has it always been like this? Or what's changed in the dynamics or in the scheme of things? What is going on with your partner? What kind of situations? How is he thinking? How is she thinking? What's usually comes as a result of stress. But we need to know what's going on. And then what are you projecting? So sometimes we may be projecting something that is driving our partner away from
Hmm.
us. And there are other times that really your partner may just be going through some situations, but is not in a position to have quality conversations with you. And so the person will be avoiding you, because if I come and talk to you now, if I come and talk to her, the way he's going to take it, the way she's going to take it, I don't have energy for it. And so that's why I said you need to come back to the dynamics. How are things between the both of you? And did it just start? How was it before? When did it change? What happened when at the point you identified that there was a change? And how are you going about it? So sometimes we will say, I have talked. How did you talk the talk? I have
Hmm.
asked him, I've asked her, how did you do the asking? Because sometimes Communication is more than the words. It's more than the lines. We say that it's only 7% of communication that is verbal. 93% is not verbal. So how are you projecting an understanding of communicating, of actually being interested genuinely to know what has changed in the dynamics, in the scheme of things? And if it is so critical, because sometimes some individuals may be going through a lot of stress and they don't want to be a bother to their partner, and so they tend to avoid the partner out of shame. Sometimes it can be out of shame, out of low self-esteem, or out of something else. So there are many reasons, but we need to get down to the foundation. What changed and when did it change? So
Oh,
help
beautiful.
yourself and help your partner.
Mm. I think another question is here, which is saying, I think you can read out, ma'am.
Yes, so how more can one support his partner knowing fully well you can't help financially due to the fact that you do not have it at the time? How more can one support his partner knowing fully well you can't help financially due to. So what does support mean for you? Is support only financial? There are several ways of support. So what does support mean for you? If you know you don't have the financial capacity to support your partner, and in what area, when we talk about finances is a very big, it is a big deal in any relationship. But it starts from what kind of conversations have you had before now. So if your partner is going through some a period of financial incapacity or something like that, and you don't have the ability to support financially, how else can you be a shoulder to lay on? Not everything is money. So support. How else can you support? If you were the one, so most times when we ask these questions, if roles were switched and you were the other side of the table, how would you want your partner to support you outside of money, outside of finances? Most times, if we switch roles, we'll come out with our answers, because there's no 10 ways, there's no 20 tips, there's no 50 activities, there's no 100 steps. It is based on your understanding of yourself and your partner that is unique to you. So when you talk about support outside of finances, how else? Support can just be understanding and not putting pressure, knowing that he does not have the finance there. And
Mm.
on your own too, you sit up, fasten your seatbelt, and you're looking for streams of income to support yourself financially and your partner. So when you talk about support financially, you also need to break it down. What you mean by support financially? So is it that you're already married and your partner, who is responsible for probably putting, giving you money for food, is not able to do that? So maybe before it was 10,000, now gives you 2,000, or now gives you 5,000, and you don't have money. You would also sit up and say, okay, how can I make extra money? How can I not put pressure on him, because I understand what he's going through, if you really do understand what he's going through.
Mm.
And then you would still do what you need to do. You know the situation, you understand, and both of you understand. Before we used to eat 3 meals a day. This time around, we cannot be eating 3, we'll be eating 2 because of the situation. Both of you come to an agreement like that.
Mm.
There are people that sit in their house and drink gari together. Nobody knows.
Mm.
And we don't know who is providing the gari or not.
That's true.
Even though there is that expectation standard that is the man that must do this, is the woman that, you see, it is unique to the couple. Whatever they have decided to do together is unique to them.
Wow. Wow.
So I hope that helps.
Oh my goodness. All right. I guess the professionalism of putting out your answers and response is quite on the high side, and I think I appreciate that so much. Trying to do well to balance it, like If it's coming from this side, it's coming from this side. And when it has to be with relationship, it has to be the parties involved, not the
Mhm.
or just one side. And that was a very good one. I think I'm so happy that this question is at least it's coming from somebody where somebody can say, okay, I think I got the answer to. It's a big relief if the person will be able to get it to use or utilize this advice that is coming. Thank you so much. And sincerely, again, it's just as if, it's a time where it's just a chatting thing. I love maybe some other time, maybe coming to New Year where we can have a time of question, especially relationship and romance, where we can have questions and answers where people can be able to ask questions and you can be able to provide answers to. I really love to have that time with you, maybe one of the platform that we can. But sincerely speaking, it has been a whole time having you here for an hour. Sincerely, it's a big one for me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for giving the privilege to come share with us. And we do not take this for granted. It's indeed a great one for us. Thank you so much, Ma. I really, really do appreciate it. If you still have any other question where they are still coming to check on it, and I feel maybe I can copy it and share with you, then maybe some of your response we can be able to share back with them on the Telegram channel. Thank you so much, Ma. I am
Thank
really,
you for
really
having
excited.
me. All right
All
then.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I
Bye.
see you again. Bye bye, Mom.
Bye bye.
Yes, Ma. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Wow. 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 So that is Tolu Afonja. And indeed it was a great time with Tolu Afonja, and we've been able to see that definitely it is possible to achieve your relationship goal from where you are right now to where you need to go. And one of the things she was able to share with us is that she said, how do you create, in the point of how do you create harmony for your relationship and how do you go? What do you really want? Describe it, describe relationship, and it was able to give us a mental picture. And sincerely, that goes a very long way with us. So I would like to share before we go in the next few minutes on how to really achieve what we said we want to go. Let me assume that you have a goal that you set. Let me assume that you already have a goal in your mind that you want to stop something, you want to stop an attitude, you want to stop doing something. And I will do all I can in the few time, 20, 30 minutes to just share with us something very powerful. I learned this from Jay Shetty, and while I was making my research about why people set their rules, set their goals, and yet they do not achieve everything that they sent to achieve. And that goes a long way where we can be able to see what we decided to share with, and that goes a long way for us. So, okay. So I want to say this. The very first thing is I was asking myself if that is going to be possible. Now, how do you now achieve your goal? Let's say you have set the goals. One of the things we need to remember that is and I said there is a science behind it. When we listen to Omoba Adiola while she was speaking to us, she said something fantastic about the power of our envision and what we are trying to envision. What are we positioning ourselves to do? Yesterday, when we are having Karis Olamodi, he was saying something again towards that side. And today, Tolu Afonja was actually sharing again in that point to let us know that there is also a science behind this thing. Most of the time, the goals you are trying to set is about you. It's about you. And there's some goals that you are going to set that is outside, is out of you. It is your expectation from the other hand. And if that is the case, you just have to pay more attention to yourself and switch your role and find out by the time you switch your role and ask yourself what exactly did really you really want. So I want to say this: set your priorities first. One of the things you need to do is that in your priority on your mind, set your priority on your mind, and be sure that you have to be grateful. I said this in my opening speech of this conference. Be grateful. Be grateful at where you are. Be grateful in whatever you're doing. Be grateful and appreciate where you are, what you're doing presently, the position you find yourself. You have to be very, very grateful in that. Until you appreciate where you are, going from where you are to where you want to be is going to be really little bit difficult, but you just have to know where are you. If you are going to get to a particular destination, if you don't live where you are, you don't know where you are, you can't live. Take for instance, there was a times I went to go greet someone, I want to pay a visit to someone, and I've been given a map. When I get to the junction, the person asked me to take a bike. When they gave me the address of the where I'm going to stop, and the bikeman stopped me and went. Now, and I put a call across, and the person asked me first, "Where are you?" Now, the question is, "Where are you?" simply means, what is your location? What is your environment? Where are you? How do I find you? And I said that to relate that with this, that you need to first of all identify where you are. When you identify where you are, when you appreciate where you are, and that is one of the things we are doing in the master class. In the master class, where there's a workbook we're going to work with, and one of the things that Tolu Afonja has helped us to do is one major thing we are going to do, where we are going to be more practical on what we are supposed to do. So you are going to ask yourself some questions. What am I in the areas of my goals, in the area of my spirituality, in the areas of my relationship, my career, my business? Where am I? Do I actually achieve what I'm supposed to achieve? We are going to plot a graph to actually help you to understand the will and where you are. And if you're able to do that, that is going to shift up from where you are to move you to the next phase of where you need to be. And if you are going to move from where you are to where you need to be, you first of all have a strategy. You have to have a clear picture of where you are going. Then that picture is going to help you to shift you from where you are to where you need to be. And the next thing we are going to do is that find more of your self-awareness. You need to be more of yourself. You need to be more of yourself. You need to ask yourself some kind of question: the why. Why are you having that goal? Why did you see? I said that again in the opening speech. Many people set their goals. Many people want to achieve a lot of things, but many people are not disciplined enough to achieve what they said they want to achieve. You can set your goal from now to tomorrow. If you are not disciplined to achieve, commit yourself, commit your life, commit your body, commit your sense, commit your emotion, commit your body, commit your spiritual capacity, everything into it, in achieving it, you cannot get it done. It's not just about setting it, it's about becoming it, be in it, and asking yourself challenging question about why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? And from there, I guess something I also want to share with us, and I want to ask you, and the third one from that place is that you need to have a map. You need to have a strategy. You need to have a mentor. You need to have an accountability partner. I'm going to share more about that. Now, mastering self-discipline. How do you master discipline? But let me share with you from something I learned from um, being a monk from Jeshati, while I read through his book, and it was said something. The first thing is that there are two kinds of mind, or there are two forms of mind. Okay, we have conscious mind, we have unconscious mind. I'm not going there, but I'm talking about there are what we call monkey mind and what we call monk mind. Monkey mind and monk mind. Or the two fall under becoming disciplined. Whether you are going to be disciplined or you are not going to be disciplined is as a result of a function of a particular kind of mind that is you are operating with. It's either you're operating with a monkey mind or you're operating with a monk mind. What is a monkey mind? A monkey mind is a mind that takes whatever comes. A monkey mind is a mind that does not have focus. A monkey mind is a mind that wants to enjoy. A monkey mind is a mind that just wants to rest. You want to be yourself. You don't want stress. Fantastic. I like that. Let's say example. How many of you remember that when you want to sleep, you went to sleep last night and you wake up in the morning and you know within yourself that you're supposed to wake up around 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. And when you wake up around 4 a.m., the alarm wakes you, and you put your hand on the alarm and you stop the alarm. And you ask yourself, I'm not supposed to wait now. And your body say, come on, go back to sleep. And you tell yourself, I just need to go sleep again. And you just go back, you sleep again. And you sleep for another 2 hours, 3 hours. You wake up by 7 o'clock. And can I tell you something? Yes, you have enjoyed the sleep, but that kind of mind that give in to such attitude is called a mind of monkey. So what is a monk mind? A monk mind is a mind that is determined, is a mind that is focused, is a mind that is in a soul, a mind that is in alignment, a mind that is concentrated, a mind that is not easily shifted, is that kind of mind that is going to achieve something. So we can now say mind versus intelligence. So we have a monkey mind and we have intelligent mind. So now let me ask you something. In your mind, if you have a mind, there are part of your body, sense of the body, what you used to be sensitive, like you have your taste, you have your sense of hearing, we have your touch, we have your smell, we have your sight. Now let me say this. That is a way your mind has worked so much. How many of you that has this happened to? Like you were at home. Okay, let me use this one. You're passing through a street and suddenly you just stop and you start controlling your nose. That's what I say. And you what's coming? Say, can't you hear? Can't you feel that? You don't smell anything. He said, what is it? He said, that thing is smelling like a patty jollof rice. Oh my God, patty jollof rice. You know what that means? You smell it. Why? Your body, your mind has been programmed to understand what a patty jollof rice is. So when your mind smells that, when your nose smells it, it brings it back to your mind and it reprocreates it. And it said, we have sensed this before. We know this smell. And your smell, your mind translates the smell to a sight and begin to look for it. Where is it? Where is it? When you see it, your mind is going to tell you, test it, find a way to test it. This is the problem of the mind. This is the problem why many people do not achieve or cannot put away their habits that they have been on for a long time. So let me put this down. How do you now overcome it? It's like you need to understand that now when you are, I think I need to put something here like this is your mind. And we have sight, we have smell, we have touch, taste, and hearing. I don't know if you can see this. Let me show you more. Yes, you can. Now, this is your mind. This is your mind. Now, your mind tend to look out for all this. Anytime your mind is seeing something, anytime your mind want to do something, let's say for instance, you want to stop an alcohol or you want to stop eating chocolate. You want to gain weight. That is your target. You want to gain weight. You want to lose weight, rather. You want to lose a quality of weight. Now, when your mind is positioned, and let me say you went into a mall and you saw a cup of chocolate or ice cream. Now, your mind begin to program you to tell you, first of all, your sight comes in and say, look. And when your sight sees it, now you began in your mind, begin to program it, and you begin to have a sense of the taste, the last time you had it. You begin to feel how you felt when you take it. And that is going to tell you, like, you need more. You need to taste it more. You need to take it. And because your mind is a monkey mind, you are going to give into it. You are not strong enough. Your mind is not focused enough. And what do you need to do? And at that point in time, we begin to look at it. That is a need to position yourself. Now, listen, then you accept to recreate, and this is a recycling. So when you now give in, you take it. You just take the chocolate. And when you take the chocolate, you take it. But remember, you said you want to lose weight, but you have cut away what you have said you want to do. You could not achieve that anymore. You could not achieve that anymore. So, and that is a cycle. That is a cycle. That is a cycle. That is a cycle. All right. Discipline is core key in the pillar of success. This helps you to resist the urges of the. So, and in that place, let me share you again what now happened. And this, the shirt did something, and what it did is it now put a guard. Now look at this. I put a guard. Can you see somebody? That's me. That's me here. Okay. Now, this is my mind. This is my mind. And this is what I want. I want something. Let me now put something like, let's say, I want chocolate. Now, I want chocolate. Now, this chocolate that I want is going to come first from me sighting it. When I sight it, I can have a way to say I'm smelling it. Do you see? I can hold it and I can taste it, but I can't hear it. This four here has a lot to do. This four, if I'm actually going to take this chocolate to my mind. Now, there is somebody here. This is me. And this is the rules, the goals I set to myself. I want to achieve something. I want to get it done. Now, this one here is going to tell me, now, since you said you want to achieve it, now, what this God is going to do, this God is going to come and tell you. Immediately, I sight this chocolate. When I sight this chocolate, this God will come into action and say, no, Dele, you can't look at that. You can't look at that. Why? Remember, we set goals. Remember, you said you are going to reduce the intake of your chocolate. Remember, you told yourself you're going to reduce the time, the number of chocolate you are going to eat per week. Now, that is exactly the function of the guard. And that is what the guard's supposed to do. And the guard is the pillar of the discipline. Now, let's go. Now, that's happened to everything. How do you now strengthen the guard? When I learned this, I gave myself, I'm doing all to make this done. And I tested it and it works. And that is the reason why I felt I should be able to share this with you. So what I'm saying now is I need you to put yourself in the position where you can be able to say, okay, how do I strengthen the guard? If there's anything you need to do is to strengthen your guard. And one of the things you need to go, there are about 4 to 5 things I'm going to share with you. Your guard rises and for your guard to be strong. Now, where does the monk mind comes from? Your mind, your monk mind is the guard and it has to be strengthened. Number one, there must be, in order your monk mind to get stronger, there must be a reason. There must be a reason. I want to watch my weight. I want to keep fit. Why? What is the reason? Why did you want to keep fit? Why must I keep fit? I want to keep fit because I want to enjoy my health. I want to feel strong every time. I want to feel my energy. I want my I'm going to keep fit because my friends appreciate me to be fit. And if I'm keeping fit and she's seeing it, it's going to strengthen our love and our joy for me, and our relationship will keep moving. Can you see my reason? You can't just say, I want to keep fit. I just want to keep fit. Why? You don't know. And if you want to keep fit, you don't know the reason why you want to keep fit, is going to be a very big problem to you. It's going to be a big problem to you. And until then, you just have to be able to do that. And if you have done that, number two, so as I said, you need a powerful reason. You need a why. You want that change in your life. Do you want, what is the change you want in your life, in your business, in your family? There has to be a deep, profound reason in your life that you want it. Until there is a reason, you are not strong enough. Your God is not strong enough to be able to put it down or to keep it strong. I want to stop drinking alcohol. I want to stop drinking soda. I want to stop drinking this. I want to stop doing that. Whatever you want to stop doing, we need to ask ourselves, what is the reason that you want to stop? And if that is done, then you cannot be able to move. I want to learn how to do one or two things. Reason is a strong tool to help you strengthen your guard. Number two, research. Research. This help you to find more information about how you can achieve that thing. Now, I'm happy. Okay, there was a time like I find out I was getting shabby, and I asked myself, what's going on? Actually, I'm in Nigerian Theological Baptist Seminary presently. I'm in school for my master's in theology, and I find out that the stress is much. There's no doubt about that. But I find myself getting shabby. What's going on? Then, because I have a reason to keep fit, to slim down, what do? I have to make research. I have to search Google. I have to search YouTube. I have to ask questions. And one of the things I find out is I should do the best I can to drink water at least 6 cups, 6 cups in a day. Wow, I thought that. Another thing I find out is I should do all I can that immediately the 7 after 7, I should not eat anything solid. Between that, I should eat whatever I want to eat, but I must not eat anything after 6 after 7. I must not eat anything solid. Making 2. 3, I find out that I should do all I can that between the hour of 6 a.m. to 12 noon, I should not take anything solid. Again, I can take fruits, I can take coffee drink, I should not take soda. Then I look at it. Truly, for me to get to do this, is it really possible? Is it going to be fine? It's not going to be easy. But because I have a very strong reason, my research helped my reason to be stronger. My research is helping me to achieve this. You will never have so much research. You will have so much research that is going to consistently convince your God. That's it. I have so much, enough information to strengthen my God. You see, our senses are so powerful that whatever is, they are the gates of what is coming into your life. And how do I make research? Number one, you have to make research through people. Like yesterday when we have Karis Alamudi, he was sharing about, now he also shared about the water thing yesterday. He shared about taking vegetable. That is it. Through people you make research, through podcasts, through books. You read, you research, you Google. So you see, let me say this. According to Jay Shetty, he said, what you listen to, what you read, what you speak about is the subject you are trying to grow in. When you immerse yourself in the way, you will see massive impact in your life. What I read, what I listen to, what I speak about is in the concentration about the subject that I am trying to grow in. If I need to know what you are growing in, or I need to know what you are growing in right now, I just need to listen to you. I just need to know what you're reading. I just need to know what you listen to. Then I can be able to tell you what you are listening to and how you want to move from there. And the next one is repetition. You have to consistently make this priority in your life. It's not going to just happen. You have to consistently repeat that process, repeat the action, repeat the action. And one of my research says to me that he said, do that for about 30 days, you will see. And when I did that, I just found out like, wow, my weight just calmed down a little. I lost some weight, but I was fit. And I was fit. I'm into lawn tennis playing. And if I'm going to really, really, really enjoy my game, I have to be fit. So prioritize around it. To make it anything repeated, it has to be small step with a big priority. Small step with a big priority. You can't change all area of your life at a time. Pick an area and focus on it and make it a top priority. What is the top priority? Number 4, they want to share is responsibility. You want to be totally responsible. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible. You are in charge of your life. And someone you can't help yourself to achieve anything until you are responsible about it. And how do you become responsible? You can also commit other people. Omaba Bini said it when she was talking to us. You can find a mentor, find a coach, find an accountability partner, or find a group of community that is in the line of what you want to achieve. A community, a group of people. This will create a strong accountability for you. And this make you more likely to get to your destination. Get a mentor, get a coach, get someone you can, even if you're going to pay the person, you will know that I'm paying this person in order for me to get something achieved. And finally, reward. Make sure there are some of kind of reward that is, make sure that you recognize what amazing growth is. So, and you have to be able to do that and get that clear. Get that clear. So what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, I need you to do all you can to be able to position yourself, reward yourself, measure your goal. When you measure your goal, when you know that you have been able to achieve what you want to achieve, then it gives you opportunity to set in and to move. How much you have grown, the difference between where you are and where you want to be or where you are now, measure it, and that will give you opportunity to move and get to the next phase. So with this, I need you to just practice what I've said, and believe me, you are going to get everything achieved. Remember, whatever you keep your heart at, whatever you put your heart to, and you work on it, you will definitely get your reward and get move at it. Thank you so much for joining us in this conference. I am so excited, very, very excited that we said it and we get it done. We said it, we get it done. And that is going to make me to say that I want to appreciate every of the team. Marvelous Giant Oyekana, Bisola, Asan. Thank you so much, Mr. Kunle. Thank you so much, and every other one. Specifically, there's a young lady that helped us in our video. I want to appreciate everyone for what you have done. You have been fantastic. You have been awesome. And sincerely speaking, I am so excited. Thank you all. And I'm going to send you an email for those of you that want to go into the masterclass, for you to join us so that we can take this thing practically and we move so that we can achieve maximally come next year. My name is Dele Adeleke. Remember, I am a personality development coach and an educational consultant. And I want to say thank you so much for being part of this conference. And for those of you that are just coming in to listen to it, to watch it, God bless you for coming. Thank you. And I want to say this, try best you can to subscribe on the channel. Just click subscribe and you'll be part of it. When we keep uploading, you will see beautiful things that we're going to share. God bless you. Have the best time ahead of you. I appreciate you. And until I see you again, be the best. I show the best. Love you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.